Welcome, YouTube pipe smokers. Hope you're having a great evening. Just had a very wonderful Google Meet. You never know what's going to go on in those, but man, they're always fun. And it was a little bit different one than usual. And it was just so relaxing. Everybody there, great people to be around. And if you haven't been in it, you're welcome to. Just check out my About section on YouTube and join us because it's a blast. So I'm going to do a little bit of blending. Got one of many blending bowls. And we'll see what we can come up with. I'm smoking some Briar'd, which I have to say is pretty nice. When it gets hot, you can still get the flavor in it, but it's still very good. Eddie, welcome in. Good to see you again, buddy. I was hoping you'd make it to the live at least for a little bit. Dark Fired has been treating me good, so I am... Oh, nice. So I'm going to, do a little bit of Dark Fired and some stoved, maybe some stoved Virginia. Virginia sounds good. Had a box of some. Let's see, New Minster 400 Superior Flake. I'm going to add a little of that to it. Yeah, I got discouraged when I was first messing with a hobby block. Hey, Todd, welcome in. And I was like, man, this, how am I going to make these pipes? These guys all already know about pipes. This isn't going to, I was doing the not really self-doubt, but just kind of talking down. But yeah, I really encourage you to stick with it because I have a feeling you'd make some very nice pipes, some very good pipes. And the way I look at it is, number one, they got to smoke good. Once that's done, then you just make them look nice. So don't stress out about it. Keep having fun with it. Keep learning. Because I need to get a Texas Piper pipe. So no rush, but you can't quit yet. Because I gotta get my Texas Piper pipe. Paul, welcome in, buddy. How you doing? I appreciate your message, man. Sometimes when I'm in the Google Meet, I have a hard time getting to the messages. But it's nice to see you, buddy. Thank you for keeping us in mind here. So I just threw a flake of New Minster Superior Flake, a little bit of Kentucky. Not really sure what I'm going to go for yet. This is one of those where you just build component by component. And I'll have to decide what the other components are going to be. Nice, Jeff. Welcome in. You're still deciding too? Why not? This is some from 2004, some McClellan Perique. So we're gonna make a special blend. This is courtesy of Dingus McSwine the second. Now we gotta have something else. Ooh, maybe a little bit of Cavendish. If I have it handy. I've been using aged Maduro Cavendish in a lot of blends. And I don't want to use all of that because I love aged Maduro Cavendish, and the stuff I have is almost about 4 years old. And I had the bag somewhere. It's not that one hiding. Ooh, golden Cavendish. I'll do a little golden Cavendish. Why not? Hey, country gentlemen, welcome back in. Oh, Night Train. Very nice. Hopefully, this is very good and ends up being a Rockstar blend, but it does smell very good. So we have McClellan's Perique from 2004, New Minster Superior Flake, Golden Cavendish, and Dark Fire Kentucky. Who knows? This is sort of an aimless direction here. You know, one of the first pipe I started on Hobby Blocks was not the first one I finished. That had those ridges on the shank and all those rustications with texture and stuff. And, you know, I wanted to make it look different and cool, and people liked it. I couldn't believe it. So I'm like, okay, I'll make another. I just try to get better each time. Welcome, Jeff. I did hop onto your live a short time, but I lurked a little and I just was tired, man. So I wasn't there a long time. I'd say probably 15 minutes, but usually I say hi, but it felt good to just listen and finish a bowl and then kind of head to bed. Nice. That smells good. So it can't be too bad. Knock on wood. Yeah, I usually at least try to say hi and just, you know, have a good night, guys. But when I was there, well, it showed that you had 6 people, but they're not always in the chat. You know, you never really know how many you have till later on. Sometimes you'll have 15 people in and chat with 5. Or sometimes it doesn't show the right number. So what are you going to smoke next, Hunter? They sure do, Jeff. It'll say 0 sometimes for like 5 minutes. I'm talking to 3 or 4 people, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to ignore this. There we go. I will say my phone does really well with like YouTube and stuff. Surprisingly well. Google Meet drains it like it just always does. Anyway, but this is so much better. My other phone had the battery was going bad. It was crazy. It like its time of lasting went like half. Oh, Honey Hunter is eating tacos right now. Don't they sound damn good? I want tacos. I had a taco the other day. I at a different Mexican restaurant that's fairly new here with my parents. And I got the smothered enchilada meal that was wonderful. And I was full, and then my mom is like, I got 2 tacos. Do you want one? Yeah. I'm full, but I want to try them. Nice. Thank you. I would have shared, but she wasn't there. I'm excited to get onto the rustication for your pipe, Hunter. It's going to be something new. I've done that type of rustication, not on a pipe, just kind of messing on a piece of briar I had cut off. And I think it could be really awesome. I've never seen that rustication done on any other pipe ever. So I'm excited to start on it. And I'm really excited to see the smooth spots, how it turns out after I rusticate around them. I think it's going to be gorgeous. But it turned out that more of the pipe looks really spectacular, but there are just the right amount of spots that are just kind of there to rusticate around and not feel bad about, because for me, if I had to rusticate, like I'll leave I'll rusticate to the plateau, so that stays. I might leave like a couple 16ths of an inch of just smooth, just so I don't even rusticate right up to. There'll be like a little smoothness there. But we'll see. I'll start rusticating. I'll go through all the spots that are definitely going to benefit from it. And it was crazy because I was like, I could save this little spot of an oval kind of thing for smooth, and it wrapped around most of the bowl. And I was like, you know what? Forget it. It looks good. Some of the grain on that pipe looks spectacular, and the parts you wanted smooth are going to go well with it. The shank being smooth will look gorgeous. It's got bird's eye. It looks really nice. I can't remember if I asked you the other night, would you want any rustication on the thicker piece that's by the stem? Hey, Dan, good to see you. Hey, John and John Watchers. And then soon, very soon this month, within the week, I should get some stems. I did order some stems that are most of the way made, kind of rough shaped. One is for diamond shank. So I'm kind of holding back. I'm looking for the right block to start a bulldog anyway. Oh, sounds good, Paul. Okay, man. I'll do the rest first, and if it'll look good next to that smooth shank, I'll do it. And if it'll look better smooth, I'll leave it smooth. Yeah, I got about 4 blocks that would make really nice bulldogs. They're small blocks, so I wouldn't have to. I could save bigger blocks for different pipes anyway. But I don't want to start on the shank and realize it's too small. I don't want to leave too much and do the diamond shape and then realize I got to take a bunch off to make it match with the stem. So I should get the stems any day this week. And when I get them in, then I can see, and I will have church warden stems. So that is going to be fun. I've got so many ideas for church wardens, from just almost the egg shape ones, to freehand style, to ones with really flared kind of rim. Got a lot, and do some grooves and stuff on them. I think they're going to turn out great. Oh, no problem, Eddie. And this pipe has improved over the years tremendously. It's just a crown basket pipe, and it's been thrown and bit and all that stuff, and it's fantastic. I use it all the time because it's comfortable, and if I drop it, I don't freak out. I don't I don't want to drop any of my pipes. But I do have a lip hanger kind of one. I'm going to alter the stem, since I figured out a couple of really great ways to do the bit. Well, 3 or 4. Yeah. 4 ways to do bits for different shaped stems on pipes. And now that I figured that out, I'm going to change the stem I have on mine. I'll just make it narrower. It's already bent. But it just take a little bit of filing or sanding, not very much, and bring it down a little bit. And oh man, I'm excited for that because it just needs a touch up, but it smokes great. It's just a little too much stem, but that's on mine. The ones that are commissions, I take way too much care on. And you learn as you go. And stems aren't as hard as I thought they'd be. Once you get holes drilled in them and you get them down to a reasonable size, then the mouthpiece itself really isn't that hard. It just takes patience. I think it takes a lot more thought on the wood and just more focus on the stem, but for a much shorter period of time. Once you kind of get practice with a couple and you get it down, then you can do them fast. It's just a matter of getting comfortable, because even hobby blocks, I hated taking Briar off. I was like, man, I'm going to mess this up. And you just got to let it go and just go. It's just a hobby block. I gotta make it work. Oh, that is fantastic. That is fantastic. I just have to remember what all I put in it. Oh yeah, New Minster was the other one. I got to take a picture of this. Wonderful. Zippo, how's it going, man? Good to have you back, buddy. Very nice to have you guys in the Google Meet tonight. That was a pleasure. Dark Lord, welcome in, brother. Nice. That's right. Man, this is a light, almost grassy, but kind of hidden anyway. Man, this is very good. So for anybody just jumping in, or who didn't catch it when I first said it, because that was a little while ago, this is Dark Fired Kentucky, Golden Cavendish, New Minster, Superior Flake, and McClellan's Perique. And it's amazing. So that just skyrocketed to the top. Ooh. Yeah, I haven't had pirate cake, but I'd go for Black Irish twist. That sounds good. That is an excellent question. And I am going to answer that with some help from Google. I think it's the process. A mellow blend of red and bright Virginias with some smooth white burley. So I would assume the white burley. It does say it's finished with a subtle top note that lends a bit of sweetness. And it does. I don't get a chemical topping of any kind. But the note is of sweetness. It's nice. So I'm guessing that it has burley, and then the process I'm thinking is different. Because they both, Cavendish should have been heat treated with fire or steam, then subjected to heavy pressure in order to produce a sweet taste with a moist texture. I would guess I don't know. I'm going to assume the white burley. Oh, thank you, Dan. Yeah, I guess that's right. I was mixing in my head that most Cavendish was Virginia, and it had to be the burley. I forgot. Most Cavendish would be, burley, and it'd have to be the red and bright Virginias. That sounds right. Thank you, Dan. That's awesome. It's almost like mixing black Cavendish with with like yellow Virginia. It's that sort of hint at sweetness. It's very good. Welcome, Mike. How you doing, brother? Just heat pressed, not toasted. It doesn't seem, that makes sense because it doesn't seem as like wilted, if that makes sense. You know, you see Black Cavendish, it seems like it's kind of been wilted and pressed together. And the other one just seems pressed together. It doesn't seem to have, because I'll show you guys. So it's more ribbony. It's not. It isn't the same as the Black Cavendish, that's for sure, because that's more. I don't know. I don't know how to say it, but I think we got it now. Smoking a fantastic blend I think you'd like. Monclaude with some dark fired Kentucky New Minster Superior Flake, Golden Cavendish, and McClellan's Perique. It is delicious. The slight sweetness is amazing. It doesn't get bitey. Sometimes if you use too much of something, it'll get bitey, especially Virginia's for me. So the New Minster, you know, usually I use yellow Virginia for sweetness. It doesn't take much, and you're not really going to get a bite. But this is a good combination. I guess so. I just never thought about that. Yeah, I need to order more stuff sometime soon. We'll see. Maybe next month. But Eddie, it is the pipe, the work on the pipe, just the hobby of working with wood and eventually making pipes it's just captivating for me anyway. It leads you down a path, that's for sure. It's like its own rabbit hole. It's not blending now, I was so focused on that, but I really, really enjoy making pipes, and I'm more addicted to that than blending. But I won't stop either. I could anytime I wanted. I just don't want. Oh, nice, Mike. Yeah, New Minster is good. The Superior Flake is one of my favorites. I've got an all Virginia blend. I'll do some blending tonight, maybe a little bit in the morning, and just kind of jar some things to have around. But this is supremely tasty, and it doesn't linger. Like, it makes your mouth water. It makes you excited for the next puff, and then it just tastes good, and it leaves you with your mouth watering, and you're kind of like chasing the taste, and then all of a sudden it's just gone. So it's nice because it doesn't leave, like some tobaccos leave almost a mouth ghosting, and this does not do that. It just leaves you drooling and happy. Oh, welcome in, Monclaude. So Just to catch you up in case, Mike. This is a blend of Golden Cavendish, Dark Fired Kentucky, New Minster Superior Flake, and McClellan's Perique. And it's awesome. There, now you're caught up. And Eddie has started working on a hobby block, his first one, and he's made good progress so far. Oh, yeah, Zippo. I went like a year of going, or 2 years almost, going crazy over Perique. I love Perique. Especially long cut that's peppery, but Mabu sneezes to it. So usually in the evening, I don't smoke that very much. What's that one like, DDT? Dark Fired Perique sounds awesome. Oh, it's Sutliff? That's awesome. I like both Hunter, but I do prefer Perique. Yeah, Paul. Yeah, and in certain blends, especially if you use sometimes with Perique and Dark Fired or Perique and what is the other one? There's a fruitier Perique. I'm trying to think of the name. Louisiana Perique. That tends to support fruity blends, and if you use, you can get almost like a potpourri kind of smell using Perique, but Long Cut does a good job with it, and you mix it with sometimes Latakia and Dark Fired can give that too. It's like together, it's really nice. Yeah, I made a blend called Sweet and Spicy, and that is really good. It changes through the bowl about 5 times, but it goes from mostly sweet to even in the middle to spicy at the end. It's wonderful. That's one of my favorite ones, and it's always consistent. McBite would have you pass. I don't blame you. That was a good one, Eddie. McBite. I like that. Yeah, I've had pretty good luck, but I've had some blends that have bit me pretty bad, especially early on. I I don't know. I mostly smoke my own stuff, and so I don't get a lot of bite unless I messed up something or didn't realize what I was adding, and then go, oh, okay, I'll just fix that with this. Yeah, and HH do a very good job. Their blends are good quality and nice, rich blends. Sweet and sour bomb. You could use um, Turkish, especially ribbon Turkish. If you use a lot of it, will give you sour. You could do like probably uh, Sutliff. Oh, their usual their usual Virginia flake. I can't think of what it's called. They're more regularly purchased one. That one and a bunch of the ribbon Turkish and maybe some Four Aces Turkish together, those would be sour. And then probably sprinkle some Cavendish with maybe a little yellow Virginia. That could do it. Awesome, Eddie. Yeah. It's crazy. You can have Orientals that you're like, oh, yeah, and Izmir. Thank you. Thank you, Derek. Yeah, Izmir will do that. Izmir is nice because it'll add good flavor. It's kind of like in between Smyrna, where it adds good flavor with a little bit, and the ribbon Turkish, where you add a lot, then there's a lot of sour. It's sort of a little bit of those each, I think. Yeah, I've had Four Aces Turkish tastes a lot like ribbon and Smyrna together, which are a good combination. Um, yeah, it's a whole new world with Orientals. And then you have Virginias that a lot of them kind of smoke similar, but then you get some that are super grassy all the way up to bready and sourdough. Jeff, sorry, Jeff. I meant to say definitely not adorable. That's funny, man. Izmir's cool because it'll add a taste, but it's light. And Smyrna will add a nice flavor and it's light. And ribbon Turkish helps cut back on tongue bite. Cute little pouches of goo. Definitely. See DDT. You understand when I don't understand myself. I read out G's in my mind and put it with definitely. So you got definitely. That's a blend name right there. I'm going to have to do a series of blends based off YTPC members' names. You'd have Zippo would be like Zip It or Ziploc. I'd probably get in trouble for Ziploc, so it'd be like Zip It. You got Definitely and Dantastic. Yeah, this could be that kind of YTPC. Oh, Zippo, that's perfect. Bag of Burley and propylene glycol mixed with sadness. Zippy's blend, that's a good one. I didn't think about that. That's a good one. We could get corny and have it be like Zippy Skippy, but I'm not going to go that far. It'd have to be a particular outstanding blend to have a name like that. I mean, I haven't had bacon old fashioned, but that better be amazing for the name of the blend. I expect bacon. I know it's not named for that. I don't care. I expect bacon. We made a bunch of bacon for dinner. Like the main course was just bacon. Happy Scrappy Hero. I don't, but that'd be a fun name too. Oh, nice, Eddie. A trip sounds good. I need to do a trip somewhere. I don't know where, but that could be the fun part of the trip. I did that in college. One time we had a day free. So we said, okay, we're going to do a day trip. And we went to halfway across the state, ended up God knows where, and enjoyed some nice meals and drove all over. And that was about it. And then the guys are like, let's do a spontaneous road trip. I'm like, all right, let's go. And they were kind of like taken aback, like, all right, let's go. And I'm like, I'm driving. We all got the rest of the day off from school. Let's go. One guy's like, halfway, not even halfway there. He's like, I got a test tomorrow. I'm like, we're going to be back tonight. We'll be fine. I didn't know you meant right now. I'm like, you said, let's do spontaneous. You can't get spontaneous more than just get in the car and go. Nice. I've got some of that in here. It's hiding behind Maltese Falcon. Oh, that's the Seal Maltese Falcon. I do love the smell of Maltese Falcon. This is pretty dry. I did leave it in this tin, and I mean, it's only from like 3 years ago. And it actually not sealed in the tin. I left it in the tin, but it really didn't dry out till about a month ago. So it held up pretty good. I'll add a little bit of distilled water, like 5 drops, and shake it around, leave it for an hour, and it'll be good. See right there. You're right, Mike. I did that with Maltese Falcon. It's set for a year and a half, and I tried other Latakia blends in the meantime. Got back to it, realized I really loved it, but I had to just begrudgingly leave it alone for a while because I did half like it at first. But well worded, both you and Mike, because yeah, it's meant to be enjoyed, not always understood. That's for sure. That's how this is. I can say, oh, I understand this flavor and this flavor, but at the end of the mix, it's either a good blend or it isn't, or it's okay. And this is good. Man, you guys are going to make me want to start blending. I'm going to get a bunch of pipes out, and then I'm going to get back to blending or get on other pipes. Who knows? Oh, I've never even heard of Gordon Pym. Virginia Oriental. That does sound good. I need to make a good Virginia Oriental. It's been a long time. What's the weather like for you now, DDT? I was right, man. All the snow is soaked in and melted. Hey, I won't say no to that, Eddie. I won't argue. I'm up for trying any blend. I don't care. I don't care the name. I don't care the type. I will try any of them. Oh, see, and Eddie even claimed it right there. He's got my back. Oh, those are nice ones sometimes there, Mike, where you just kind of, yeah, they make you ponder. You're like almost chasing it with your mind. Hot and sunny with a chance of snow. Yeah, all our snow soaked in. Man, here it's been so dry that after that snow, there's spots that have just all of a sudden have grass, like overnight, pretty much literally over a day, have grass growing. Oh, that's nice of you, Paul. Take care, Todd. Great to see you, brother. Awesome, Mike. Same here, Eddie. Great way to put that. Oh, hey, Martin, how's it going, brother? Good to see you, man. I'm smoking a blend I just made of dark fired Kentucky, golden Cavendish, Superior Flake, and McClellan's Perique, and it's delicious. It will be a limited blend, but it's delicious. Hey, Ron. Great big shout out to Ron for hooking me up with a place to find stems. Thank you, Ron. How are you doing this evening, buddy? Ron, I have stems that should be here any day, as well as some copper caps. So it's going to be a fun month making pipes. And I mentioned you in the Google Meet. And I will mention anytime I mention those stems, because you saved me a lot of grief. I got some pre-made where you just finish some of the Chester copper caps. I don't know if they're Chester, but they're copper caps. But once I get those diamond shaped ones in, then I'll be able to make bulldogs more comfortably. So it is bulldog and church warden season. So that will be this month and next month. I like to call it church warden and bulldog month, but it's 2 months. Copper bones, triple stones. I haven't got them yet, but I got a bunch of them. But any commissioned, I'll get into more detail. If you guys are looking for church wardens or considering bulldog, I'll build one first so you guys can see I can do it. And just let me know. Because there's special offers. And I love church wardens. So I know that I'm going to end up with a church warden. I've had the same small, bold church warden forever. and I want an all Briar'd up church warden because it'll smoke amazing. Oh, that sounds like a great idea. Thank you. You know, I didn't think about that. I used to do that a long time ago. That would be really cool. That would be cool. Straight billiard with a cap on the, where they go on the end of the shank with some rustication on it like that. That'd be awesome. Man, I'm going to have church wardens like you aren't going to believe, Papa Bear. I will try to do some almost egg shaped similar to the one you showed me. And then I'll also make ones that have grooves and maybe a little bit of panel on the lower part that kind of come up. They're gonna be as far as I can get my imagination going because I love church wardens. I love pipes that really show like that. I'm doing rustication and I'm getting bolder at it, and it turns out it's pretty good. So we'll just have some fun. It's going to be good. It can only be good. It's pipe making. It can only be good. That's true. And I do have a Dremel that would be good for that. Thank you for the reminder on. Yeah, because I have a Dremel that would be good for that. And then I even have an engraver, so I could even put light marks around it and stuff like that. So that'd be fun. Awesome, buddy. Yeah, just let me know. Feel free. Emails in the about section. I'm on Instagram. I'm on YouTube. Just let me know and we'll figure something out. But I'll see what I can do. I'll make a few and just show them as I go, and then yeah. But I'm excited. There's a couple of shapes I don't really ever see that I'd really like to try with church wardens. I also have a pipe that I've been working on. I think I showed once or twice, just kind of kept it tucked away. And it's going to be a shape you just never ever see. And it's going to be awesome. It's going to be mind-blowing. It's going to go, how does this work? Oh, the clever SOB. Aha. For once, I have 3 boxes of matches around me. So I don't have to try to find them too bad. Ooh, I love the way you think. Love the way you think, Hunter. Rusticated egg warden, that would be cool too. I didn't think about rusticating the egg one. That'd be really cool. And I got all sorts of ideas for I like the way you worded that, Monclaude. That is a challenge I would accept. It's angled almost like the stem would come down here. Imagine this being a church warden and the bowl's just connected to it. That'd be hilarious. That'd be awesome, though. Grape egg warden. Yeah. That would be. It'd take you a couple cleaners. That curve, that'd be interesting. I'd have to drill it a certain way. It wouldn't be too bad. It wouldn't be too bad. I've been getting pretty good with the drilling and lining everything up, so I don't think it'd be terrible. What might be kind of cool is doing like a Rhodesian or bulldog kind of bowl shape, like the top of it, like a Rhodesian or bull cap on the end of a church warden. That'd be cool. A water pick, heck yeah. Yeah, because I'm working on. Well, I showed you guys a lot of the pipes, and in my other video, the shop lunt video, I showed a lot of projects I'm working on, and I did a little bit more on them today. And I'm sending Terry's out tomorrow, and working on. I hope to do pipe work tomorrow. I have a lot of errands to run. Depends on the energy when I get back. If not, I'll be on them Thursday. I'll be doing rustication and then maybe start a church warden. Hi. Hi, buddy. How you doing? All right, Zippo. I look forward to it, buddy. Because I could do that. I can do those tops, no problem. Heck, I'm on cloud. Doesn't that sound good? Lean in the recliner. Just I need to find a place to get stems that are like 18 inches long. I told my dad that. I'm like, I need to rest my hand on my hip and just that'd be awesome. I could do that, Zippo. I could do that. I took a screenshot, so I got it. A horn, not a pick. That is a great looking church warden. A church dog. Or a bull warden. I don't know. Bull warden almost sounds. That sounds kind of like that, or it almost sounds like a huge. I need a jumbo-sized Briar'd block. Someday, I'll have to get one of those nice big pieces with plateau and make just an enormous, beautiful, big ass church warden bowl. I've never seen one like that. And I think those stems, most of them are going to be about that size. Probably around 8 to 10 inches. It was kind of a mixed bag I was looking through, but I picked the longest looking ones I thought. So that'd be cool. I like that. Oh, heck yeah, I'm on Claude. I actually tried to get horn to work with. I looked in at that a long time ago. Years ago when I'd started this before Hobby Blocks, I'm like, I should see what there are for horn pipes, and there just isn't much availability to get the horn that I have found for a reasonable price. But I have to look more because everything changes every year. Yeah, and then I could do as I hit things. That's a very doable one. That is cool looking. I like that. I like that picture a lot. I never thought of it. I that way too, automatically. I don't hate the idea of those pipe shapes, but yeah, when I lean down a lot, so I like to have a nice curve in the bowl to be decent. So if I lean down, I don't lose tobacco. And yeah, big open, you don't see it. I wonder how many burn out through the bottom. I don't know. If you talk wrong with them, are they like some cobs where you blow tobacco at the person you're talking to? If you don't like them, you just blow embers into their face? Oh man, Papa Bear. Yeah, it's got plenty of nicotine. Me too. Paul is in the mood for a steak. Me too, man. Yeah, devil ants aren't too bad though. They do better than you'd think. I've got a cob one put away over here, and they're not bad. They smoke well. They're surprisingly smoke well. Martin, thank you for being here. Have a wonderful evening, brother. Be well. Sleep great. Have a great week, man. I look forward to your Friday live, buddy. Great to see you. Yeah, and it's just something on Claude that I think I'd get over with time, but I'm like, I would sit there and smoke them like this. I just wouldn't. I'm paranoid about it. It's almost like an OCD kind of thing. Hunter. You guys are gonna make me eat. I had dinner, dang it. Now it's gonna be time for second dinner. We had bacon. Bacon. I was gonna make a sandwich, but I make it to that point because when you're the cook and you're putting bacon on the plate, you gotta sample it. It was excellent. I like some crispy and some chewy in them, so it's pretty good. I'm getting hungry again. My goodness. Oh, heck yeah. Go ahead, Paul. Feel free, brother. That sounds good. I'll watch that video. I'll watch that video all day. I wondered where you were going with that zip. Oh, I was trying to think of any connection to it and I couldn't, but that's awesome. We used to get, I used to do ordering for grocery stores. And one place I worked at for a while, they made a jalapeno and cheddar stuffed garlic sausage right on site. People would come from other states to get that stuff. And we had we were in good with the meat department, and they made burgers out of that for us. So I went to a friend's place, a coworker's, and we cooked them up, wrapped in bacon. Oh my gosh. That was the best I've had in a long time. Ooh, honey garlic chicken. That sounds good, Dan. Egg fried rice is one of my favorite things. Honey and garlic are two of my favorite things. Chicken's a good thing, and stir fry is awesome. Oh, Mike, you have a great night, buddy. Thanks for being here. Be well, man. Hey, honey. Eddie said, jalapeno garlic cheddar sausage bacon. Yes, 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 and yes. Hunter's like, now I want bacon. Thanks, John. Filet mignon wrapped in bacon. Oh my gosh. Oh man. You know what I need? I need to get a ribeye wrapped in bacon. That's right, Dan. It was amazing. And I got to cook them myself, and I cook good, so I'm good cooking meat. I'm good at that. Man, that sounds good. Ribeye and au jus. Bacon wrapped bacon covered in bacon. See, that's what BLT should stand for, is bacon with a little more bacon topped with bacon. Well, bacon on its own, for me, it depends. Sometimes you get that real salty bacon, like too salty. Then on its own, yeah, I'm the same way, Eddie. Especially bacon wrapped is awesome. But the bacon we had tonight was perfect. And I can usually withstand quite a bit of seasoning. So a little too much salt for most people isn't that bad to me. But when it's too salty for me, that's too much damn salt for anybody. Well, that was the worst thing. I was cooking 8 pieces at a time. I cooked 3 batches because I ate the first 8. I'm like, well, 2 more batches. Oh, and I have some summer sausage. There's a brand, I think it was Opa's. And it's summer sausage, but it's garlic summer sausage with jalapeno, cracked pepper, and cheddar in it. That's going to be my snack. Maybe I'll wrap it in bacon. Who knows? But man, that sounds good. I'm getting hungry. Mm-hmm. Cherrywood smoked bacon, applewood smoked bacon, even cedar smoked bacon. That's pretty nice. Ah, good one, Zippo. It is good. You keep the coals low and the smoke full in the grill. Unreal. There you go, Dan. The reduced salt bacon. Is that like reduced fat peanut butter? That's true, Eddie. I don't think I had more than 2 lives where I didn't mention food. And they were not back to back. I don't even know if we ever had any. We didn't mention food once. All baconed up. Steak and food. I was full till halfway into this. Now my stomach's like, hey, you need to eat, buddy. Oh man, I'm jealous, Paul. Would the salty extras be the people that aren't able to eat bacon? Oh, the salty extras, those are just vegetarians. I laughed because I was thinking the other day, the neighbor kid was over, we're talking about all sorts of stuff, dinosaurs, all that great stuff, sharks, sea, and oh man, that sounds good. The salty extras. Anyway, we're talking about vegetarians. I said, technically, because the boy is smart. He's talking about vegans and vegetarians and herbivores and that sounds bad, omnivores and carnivores. And I said, technically, all people are omnivores. Even the people who are vegetarian by choice or vegan or whatever, they are omnivores. They are capable of eating both meat and veggies and fruit. They are technically omnivores, so they can argue all day, no, I'm vegetarian. I'm like, well, look at your teeth. You wouldn't have sharp teeth for cutting if you did not have the capability of eating meat. It's just personal choice. Or sometimes health. I get that. My father-in-law can't eat beef because it bothers his digestive system. So often they have chicken or pork. So I do get that. That would be something funny to see, Zippo. Oh man, Eddie. I'm the same way. Luckily, working on pipes has saved me from shopping pipes. There have been a couple of times I'm like, that shape would be nice to have. I'll just make it. But yeah, I definitely had that problem. I looked at pipes all the time. I'm a window shopper. I will look at pipes forever. So now I just curb that by going, okay, I've just got to make. That's true. And a lot of them don't look that healthy. And I'll do a disclaimer here. I'm not saying that vegans or vegetarians are not good people. But you are right. The ones I know are always spending outrageous amounts at nutrition stores where you go in and buy lots of vitamins. I think it's raining again. That'd be awesome. Well, I went to one time they were trying out Adventure Scouts. I was in Boy Scouts. We were at Laramie Peak, and usually it'd be a week-long camping trip. It was fantastic. Till my last year, and I had kind of done everything, and I was just bored, and it was just a week of being there, kind of more for nostalgia than anything. And I was the right age. It was kind of out of Scouts. Everything was done, but it was a blast. And the last year I was there, they tried Adventure Scouts, so they brought in. Now, Adventure Scouts is like co-ed Boy and Girl Scouts. So you're asking for trouble anyway. But my there was this one girl that was there. The first year that I saw her, I had seen her like once, and then like 3 years later or 2 years later. And one year she looked healthy, she looked nice, looked like she was feeling good, like just overall good. And then the next time I saw her, she said, I'm vegetarian now. And so me and another scout were asking her, well, what kind of stuff can you eat? You know, what do you do for protein? And she said, well, I'm 5th level vegetarian. So she's a vegetarian by some book she spent too much on, I'm sure. And she said, I can have breaded chicken. As long as it's breaded, it doesn't count. I'm like, no, it's still chicken. She didn't like my argument. Oh, congratulations, Paul. Very nice, man. Yeah, Eddie, I'm thinking the same way. It does, DDT. That's true, Zippo. Exactly, Hunter. I'm like, breaded chicken. Well, I can be a vegetarian. I could be a vegan that supports animals and only eats beef along with salads and stuff. Nice. I wasn't sure if you're including the other one. Oh, Ganji, I appreciate you stopping in to say hi, brother. Be safe and take care, man. Have a wonderful night and enjoy yourself. Great to see you, man. Thanks for your time, bud. I know, DDT. It's silly. See, I'm the same way. I think what I'm going to do, a few of these pipes, because some I just never use. I'm going to re-drill some and clean them up good, make them that they'll be good smokers, and then probably discount them and head them out. And some are good smokers anyway. I just have the ones I lean towards, like you have those 12 always reach for, and I'm about the same way. I've got more than I'll smoke. Some were gifts, many were gifts or artisan, so I won't get rid of those. But some just here and there's that I just won't use. But is the breading gluten free? Oh man, I did have a gluten allergy for about a year and a half. I had an intolerance to it because of West Nile for a short time, and that was rough, man. That stuff, anything I could eat that had bread or any types of cookies, Udi's, UDI, that is a great brand for bread. That was crazy, and gluten stays in your system. You see it looks like mini grains of rice. Stays in your system for like 6 weeks. So the stomach pain wouldn't go away, and you're thinking, well, I stopped eating this or that. What is it? My stomach still hurts. And luckily that passed, but my aunt is a nutritionist, and she mailed me a whole lot of stuff regularly to help get us through it. So Dan saying none of us need any more pipes. I would argue that we all just need pipes we'll reach for more often. Oh, you do have celiacs. Dang. See, I just had gluten intolerance. They tested me for celiacs, and I was so grateful I didn't have it. I feel really, really bad for you, bud, because celiacs is a whole nother demon. So I'm gonna keep you in my prayers, man, because I learned a lot about celiacs and scary stuff. So my prayers to you, brother. That's true, Zippo. Yeah, prayers for you, man. That stuff I would imagine would be, and I'm not saying this is as bad as diabetes from what I had. I'm not saying, I didn't have that, but my gluten intolerance would be like barely type 2 diabetes, whereas I could see celiacs as comparable to having type 1, where it's just a whole nother level of roughness to deal with. So God bless you, man. That's true, Eddie. Yeah, a lot of companies jumped on the gluten free and all that stuff, jumped on that bandwagon to the point that some of them were really silly, but there was a lot of good that came out of them. And there are some companies that have been doing gluten free kind of unsung for decades that are really good companies. Um, the other one that makes really good cookies, I want to say was called Sarah's or something, but they were fantastic. And yeah, having it rough is gluten-free pizza. That is rough. That is a difficult thing to deal with. Cutting back on bread helped. I noticed that Gatorade. I learned that Gatorade dyes actually from just one Gatorade will stay in your system for up to 6 weeks, which can also irritate um, people that have gluten allergies. By the way, so I don't know if you knew that, but that's what I learned in my time with the whatever they're called, gastroenterologist. Oh my gosh, Paul. I I understand. I understand that feeling. It feels like there's a freaking 50-pound or 50-gallon barrel under your ribs. It is insane. I get that way still if I have like even just a little, like, the fruit cups that have those really tiny dices of pineapple, a little wedge of that, it could be 4 to 6 days where you're incapacitated. You can hardly breathe. You can't move. It. I feel for you. It's crazy, man. I get that way with mangoes now. So I don't eat like blackberries or raspberries, which are both fruits I loved. Mango, pineapple, those were all favorites. I can't have them. Yeah, and those dyes are all over the place. And the red dyes actually come from these little red bugs. It's something that they release, so to speak. So it's kind of gross if you think about it. Yeah, and it can happen so fast too. You're just sitting there and you start feeling the swelling, and pretty soon you're going like this. Then you're uncomfortable, and I won't even get to the other details, but I feel for you, man, because I have some of those days it's crazy. I don't have the gluten allergy anymore, but I do have colitis, and that is very similar in the swelling. But I'm sorry you have celiacs, brother. That's garbage that you have it. You're too nice a guy to have that junk. Yeah, that's wicked. I learned all about that stuff, and it affects your brain. It's just gnarly. So God bless you, man. You will be in my prayers. I got a long list of people I pray for weekly, and you're on there, buddy. Well, and that is a healthy diet. So my dad had type 2 diabetes, and he cut out where he has like he'll allow himself a piece or two of bread a day. And then if he's going to have pasta, he'll skip like 3 or 4 days. He's lost lots of weight just from dropping the amount of bread that he ate. He weighs, I think, only around 180 or 90. He's under 200 pounds in his 70s, and he's had to get new pants. He's always worn, tough pants and farmed and all that, and always just worn them to beat heck. And all of a sudden he's had to get new pants. He's like, this is baloney. It's like, I got to get new belts. I got to get new pants. So yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, that's true, Zippo. I may have been thinking a yellow one, but red was coming from something else too at one point. I don't know. Maybe it's changed, but that all I knew was previously were the bugs. But yeah, and there's lots of stuff like that. Well, it's even like places like McDonald's that use certain beef. They use the whole thing, and they have to have a bacteria in it to make it edible, and then they have to use this stuff to kill that. So their burger meat is not healthy. It's not meant to be ingested. So every once in a while, it's not a big deal. But when people are eating it a lot, like that's not good for you. But you don't plan on fast food being good for you. You get it for a meal and you move on. But I totally agree, Hunter. I think they need to worry a lot less about censorship and give a damn a lot more about what's in food. It's because they put Red 40 in all the fruit snacks I like. That's what it is, Eddie. Oh, the shell of insects. Okay. Carmine. I couldn't remember that. It's been a while. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Hunter. I'm like, I'm not going into any of that because it just leads to a whole bunch more. Oh, man. Well, guys, I am going to go get something to eat and share the rest of the evening with Mrs. All Briar'd Up. Feel free to message me or email me or whatever. Oh, nice. Marlin Flake now in Bulldog. Perfect. But feel free to message me and let me know if you have any suggestions or ideas. Because, Eddie, that sounds to me like if you're going to get rid of some pipes, you need some pipes you'd rather reach for that smoke really well. I happen to make those. So, But feel free to message. And I'll be getting on more pipes this month. It's going to be awesome. So thank you guys. Thank you all seriously for your time. I totally agree, Eddie. This was great. This was very relaxing. It's exactly what I needed. Perfect way to end the day. And I'm getting tired anyway, so it's a good time. But I want to thank you guys very much for being here. It just Tuesdays and Saturdays lives are always very peaceful, and I'm very grateful for all of you who show up and participate in, maybe whether anybody's in here lurking or not. It adds to a wonderful closing for the day. So thank you guys. Thank you, Zippo. Good night. God bless you guys. Paul, you all of you guys are in my prayers always. But Paul, I'll do some extra praying for you, brother. And hopefully, for a reason we can't explain, everything will clear up for you. I really hope that. So God bless you. Stay tough, because you've been tough already. So you just got to stay tough. But we're always here for you, man. So thank you. I do love these as well. They're fantastic. I appreciate that. But be well. God bless, and go over, and if you got a girlfriend or wife or spouse or whatever, go over and just poke her just under the ribs just once, and then just walk by before she smacks you, because that's a good thing to do from time to time. You gotta be quick.